This week on Steel Horse Thunder, when the sun is shining, it's time to ride. We check out the Indypendents Breast Cancer Awareness Ride.
I have my own mother who was a breast cancer survivor, 10 years.
Then we head down to Mooresville for the Horseshoes for Hope.
Basically what it is they have huge horse barns out there, and they have rehabilitations for handicapped children, handicapped individuals. Our main focus, of course, is on our veterans.
All that and much more this week on Steel Horse Thunder. It's just like a big old mixing bowl right here.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Some people say true beauty comes from within. At Krambos, we think beauty can be inside and out. Along with the best paint and body work in the state, Krambos also offers all Harley motorcycle service work, from tune-ups to rebuilds, so make sure your bike looks as good as it runs and bring it on in to the only shop that treats your bike as good as we treat our own. Krambos. We'll get you noticed.
Are you adequately insured if you get in an accident? Do you have the right coverage? Can you recover from your own insurance company? These are questions we deal with on a daily basis. So call us at 317-842-5800 or visit us at Leidendorf.com. Because if you're in an accident, you need us against the insurance company. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
When it's time to ride, we'll keep your mind where it matters most, on the open road. We get it. Ryder Insurance is the only insurance company specifically created for the motorcycle and ATV communities. No one but riders. Our specialized staff is here for you with great coverage options, discounts to help you save, and 24/7 claims reporting if something happens along the way. And with roadside assistance included on all of our policies, we've got your back wherever the road leads. We get it. No worries, just riding.
Hey, we're up here on 38th Street up in Indianapolis. A lot of motorcycles in this parking lot. Cindy, what's going on?
This is the breast cancer ride, and I think they're getting ready to leave. We better hurry up.
Well, we're going to go ask them to stop and hold on. Let's see if we can talk to some people. Hey, man, you're getting a good turnout out here this morning. I understand you're the president of the Indypendents Motorcycle Club. Tell me a little bit about the club.
Well, Indypendents Motorcycle Club started in 2003, about mid to end September, October. We wanted to make our inaugural year, so we said January 1st, 2004 was going to be our first complete year, and we've been running ever since.
And what kind of stuff do you guys like to do?
We do a lot of charity functions. I mean, that was the whole reason for us getting together, was to be able to fellowship with a lot of the other motorcycle clubs, to do a lot of positive things in the streets for charity, good rides, other benefit rides to help support other clubs and things like that.
So there's a lot of people coming out here for this ride. Now, are they all part of your guys' club, or is it other clubs come out with you?
No, these are people from different clubs, some people not in clubs. When we do our charity events, we invite everybody. We don't care who you are, as long as you're on two wheels, you want to support and participate, you're here, you know.
That's cool. I like that. I like when people can kind of mix together and it's no big deal. I was looking at the motorcycles. You know, there's such a variety of motorcycles out here, all makes, all models. You know, sport bikes, touring bikes, cruisers. It's to me, I love that, man. It's just like a big old mixing bowl right here, and so that's cool, man. You guys are 12 years in then on the club, and things are going good.
Oh yeah, they're going good. We're now about 23 members deep. I remember when we first started, we had 6 of us.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as we grow, we lost some, we gained some, and momentum's still going. So long as it's still going and we stand on a positive note, it's great for us, and we love it. And like I said, we love to support other clubs also, as well as non-club people, you know, that have a function or an individual thing that they have going. Hey, we do it.
Hey, man, we're here in Indy. We're going to do the breast cancer ride. Your bike really stood out to me, and it's just a beautiful machine. Can you tell me a little bit about your bike?
This is an 06 Yamaha V-Star 1100 garage build. Long winters here in Indy. I bought it online and broke it down and grabbed a bunch of parts from Blue Collar, Barber out in Utah, and the rest on eBay. And just sit out in the garage 1, 2 o'clock in the morning with the heater on and just, you know, just do whatever. You know, it's a 36-inch drag bar and Avon grips, the seats, a special made seat, blue collar bobbers, the springs. It's carbureted, so it takes a little work.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. That's what I do to relax.
And that's what I like. I love seeing the bikes that, like you said, this is a project in your garage. You did this stuff yourself as you had time, as you got the money. I mean, and that to me, it's a labor of love, and that's to me why the bikes look so special when they come out. Don't get me wrong, I see a lot of beautiful bikes. Doing my job, I see some beautiful bikes. Some straight out of a factory, some straight, whatever. But to me, there's something special about a guy that sits there and just says, now, did you have another bike? Did you see another bike that maybe gave you some ideas?
A bunch of them. I've got an R1, 2002 R1 in the garage too. It's a track bike converted, street bike now, but it's what I like to do. And I've tried different colors on it. It's not the perfect, not the perfect blend of colors, but it's, I like it. Cans of paint from O'Reilly's and. It's just what I like doing. It's not perfect, but it's a nice ride. It's handmade. I love it.
Last night we went to ride, do the route. There's all kinds of construction on I-465 on the south side of town. So I said, we scrapped the entire ride, and we started from scratch. And we're heading out of here. We're going out in the country, down through the country and cutting across, and I think it's going to be a much better ride.
Well, that's really cool, and that's such a valid point that you're bringing up, is you guys went and redid this again. It's not like you waited to the last minute. You mapped it all out, had it ready to go, and then still said, we still got to double check now, because I've been on rides where all of a sudden we came to a spot where the road was closed, and the road captain had no idea where we were going to go, because when they checked it out a couple of months ago, everything was fine. There was no construction. And so I think that's a great idea, like you're saying, going the night before, and it paid off, because now you guys are going to reroute things, and nobody's going to be set for surprises when you have a group of motorcycles. The last thing you want is a big surprise with a group of motorcycles.
Correct. And even this morning, I live out west of town, and part of the ride comes from there, or goes that way. So on our way here, we rode part of the ride up here just to make sure there wasn't going to be any surprises from that point up to here. Yeah.
Very good. Well, there's already quite a few bikes showing up here this morning already, so it looks like you're going to have a good amount of bikes going down there. And the Edinburgh place, it's a great place to go, and there are a lot of restaurants down there, and everybody's pretty friendly down there. So I'm sure it's going to be a good ride. Hope you guys raise a lot of money and bring awareness to the breast cancer.
Thank you very much, Scott. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys being here. And yes, Edinburgh is a great place. There's even a Harley-Davidson shop down there. They've got a 2-day event going on this weekend too. So all kinds of good things. We've got great weather. It's a little cool, but it's still great riding weather.
So if somebody was interested in getting to know more about the club and everything else, how do they get that information?
They could either contact us on our Facebook page, which is Indypendents, MC Indy, or contact myself. I'm chatty, so through our Facebook page, they can contact me. My number's on there.
Right on. Well, I know we bumped into a few of the members for the female ride day and stuff like that, and it's just good people. And I like the heart and I like the spirit about everybody that so far that I've met that's part of the motorcycle club. So I hope other people get in touch. If you're looking for a good bunch of people, this is who you need to get in touch with.
And I got a very good core group of females that are in here. We don't care male, female, long as you're on 2 wheels. It could be sport bike, it could be Harley. Long as you're on 2 wheels and you're willing to ride and willing to actually work for a good cause, which is any charity that's out there. This particular one we're doing today, all proceeds go to the American Cancer Society. So when we do a charity event, everything goes to them.
Man, I'm telling you, the more you talk, the more I'm liking you. I might have to get one of your patches.
Well, come out the first Saturday in June. I can't remember what the date is, but it's the first Saturday in June, Broad Ripple Park. We have a big family cookout out there. Everybody's welcome. Anybody wants to come. You don't have to bring anything if you don't want to. We just set a good spread. It's family friendly, so kids are there. Kids are welcome, and this is just to give back for some of the things that we do when we do have fundraisers, to give back for what we raise money for, to give it back to the community.
That's pretty cool. And again, that's the first Saturday.
Saturday in June. This will be our 11th annual. Broad Ripple Park, rain or shine.
Right on. Well, man, thank you for talking to me. I know you're a busy man today and you got a lot going on before the ride takes off, so I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the vice president of this club?
I am the vice president and one of the 3 co-founders of our club, yes.
Well, I heard you when you were out there talking about what this ride's for today. I know it's for breast cancer. You said if you play with them, you gotta play for them.
You got to pay for them. We like to have fun with them. I have my own mother who is a breast cancer survivor, 10 years, which is mainly why we started this particular ride, is for her and all the other people in our club who's had family members who have passed away from breast cancer. So we try to give back to what we do.
Well, it's a good thing that you do that. And also, I saw this card that you gave me. It has the breast cancer right on it, but then it has the directions on the back. And I think that is a cool idea. I've never seen that before. Who came up with this idea?
Well, Ma Bear, who you spoke to earlier, her idea is we always get lost at other rides. People get left at traffic lights or anything of that nature. So the concept is you have the card. So if you happen to stop or you need to pull off the side of the road, you don't really have to have the entire group to follow you. You know exactly where you're going.
Well, I think it's a cool idea. Like I said, I haven't seen this before. You know, normally it's on a big piece of paper, and then you can't stick it in your pocket. This goes right in your pocket. You know where you're going.
We have at least a group of people who have been on every single ride, and they collect the cards. It's become a collector's item, and they'll go to their house, and you'll see them all posted up on their board, you know, and that's how we do.
That's a great idea, too, because that way it reminds you where...
It reminds you next year that we do this every year, and this is what we do. And as long as my mother's surviving, I guarantee you we'll be out here doing it.
Well, I'm glad you're doing this right and putting together everything. Now, are you guys all military that are in the club?
We're not all military, but 90% of us are military, police, fire, any kind of public service is what we do. It just makes it easier. It's a military mindset. Do it by the book.
Well, you know, I think it's cool because you have that diversity of people in your group. You guys are family oriented and you do a lot of good work for the community and for the people around you, and I just think that's really cool.
Thank you, ma'am. That's how we do.
I also want to say thank you guys very much for the service for America. You guys being in the military, we just honor you and thank you for your service.
That's how we support the world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How would you describe, in a nutshell, what is Texas Corral?
Texas Corral is more than a restaurant. It's actually it's a Texas-themed dining experience. It's good for the whole family. If you want to come and bring everyone, or if you just want to come in and have a beer, it's totally fine either way.
And just like in Texas, everything is bigger here.
Absolutely. We have big beers, big samplers, but low prices.
So whether you're taking the family out to dinner, or if you just finished riding the back roads of beautiful southern Indiana with your buddies on the motorcycles, Texas Corral is the place to be. 2 great locations.
Leidendorf Law has been a proud sponsor of charity rides throughout central Indiana. Through the years, we have established many lasting relationships with Steel Horse viewers and clients. I've had many riders come up to me and say, I hope I don't ever need a lawyer, but if I do, I know who to call. So if you're in an accident and need a seasoned trial lawyer, call Leidendorf Law. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Tamika, we're here today, and I absolutely love your bike. I love the color of it. Can you tell me about it?
It's a 2012 Vulcan Kawasaki. It's a cruiser, and I like it.
So how long have you been riding this bike?
I've been riding for about 2 years on this Kawasaki Vulcan. I've been riding for 10 years, but I had a 96 Suzuki crotch rocket.
So when you learned to ride, did you go through the A-Bake course or did you learn yourself?
I went through the A-Bake course because I wanted to learn how to ride correctly, and then I didn't want to be responsible for nobody else's bike.
I understand that because I went through the course too. I think that's great that you went through the course. Did you like going through the course? Did you want to ride after you went through it even more?
I did. Their bikes were okay. I didn't know anything about a bike. I didn't know how to stand on it, walk on it, ride it, start it, anything. So they teach you everything. I didn't think that I would learn that quick within 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But it is an all-day thing, and it was wonderful, and I'm glad that I learned the correct way how to ride.
So have you been on any kind of rides, big rides, little rides around? I know you're on a ride today, but have you had any adventurous rides that you've been on?
Oh yes, I've been on rides the Miracle Ride. You know, I do that every year. Some people have different charity rides that's going on around the city. Yes, I have done quite a few rides.
You know, and there are quite a few rides in this area to be able to go on. Do you have any plans for the future? Any kind of big adventurous plans, bucket list?
No, not really. I mean, I like to ride. Now that I have this cruiser, it's much better. And if I can go out and ride with people, it depends on where they're going. I mean, the furthest I've ever rode was to Louisville, and I loved it. So my next goal is to really ride like to Memphis, somewhere really far, and see how it feels. That's my goal. So is this bike pretty comfortable? You said you went to Louisville. Is it pretty comfortable to ride on? It looks like it. Much comfortable. Don't get me wrong, I love my crotch rocket. I can get on that mug and go. Don't get me wrong, but now that I'm older, I had that bike for 8 years. So now that I'm older, it's like it's time to sit up, kick my feet up, and be more comfortable. So yes, I love it.
Well, I hope you have a lot of rides on this bike. I love it. I love the color. It's a beautiful bike. Hope that makes you happy. Have a good time on this bike.
I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think people like Hang Out of Flames mainly because it's not a big corporate store. They can come here, they can hang out. We invite them in the back to watch us while we work on their bike or even participate. We get a lot of new riders, first-time riders. They like that extra hands-on, and I think they like the pride in knowing what's being done to their motorcycle.
They do great work, and it's a great place to hang out. And we're thankful to have them as a sponsor of Steel Horse Thunder.
One thing about the motorcycle community is when one goes down, there's always another to help that rider back up. We take that same philosophy to our law practice. If you get hurt on the roads due to an accident, our team will help you pick up the pieces. Medical bills, lost income, pain and suffering. These aren't just words. They're the unfortunate reality for injured bikers and motorists. We may not be able to heal all your wounds, but we'll help you get back up by fighting for your right to fair compensation. Let our family help protect yours.
Leidendorf Law, like family because we are.
Vince, the store looks a whole lot different than it did this time last year.
It does. I actually saw our old interview and I saw the barren walls behind and how different it looked. It has changed a lot.
So obviously business has been going good for you, and what's new around here?
We just kind of expanded everything. We really listened to what the customers have told us. Like for example, last year I was like, oh, you don't have any perforated leather. So now this year I have perforated leather. We picked up a couple exclusive brands that no one else is going to carry or have available in the area, and it's all customer driven. I listen to what they say, and that's what I put here. We're on the southwest corner of 96 in Aliceville. There's a light to get in. There's very convenient. Construction's done, so come right on in. It's right in the same strip mall as Kip's Pub and southwest corner.
And remember, when you come in, make sure you tell them Steel Horse Thunder sent you. Hey, we're up here in Mooresville at the BFW. We got the Ride for Hope, Horseshoes for Hope. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I know it involves real horses and steel horses. So let's go find the coordinator, find out a little bit more about this ride. Wilma, this is a really cool ride going on. I just like the whole theme of everything. It's the Ride for Hope, but it's Horseshoes for Hope. Could you explain to the audience a little bit of what's going on today?
It's a facility on Landersdale and Slide Off Road here in Morgan County, Mooresville. And basically what it is they have huge horse barns out there, and they have rehabilitations for handicapped children, handicapped individuals. Our main focus, of course, is on our veterans, and they have a few veterans out there that go out there for rehabilitation, from PTSD on, to physical impalements and all. So all the proceeds that we make today is going out there. We're trying to raise enough money for them to help build a fence. They just moved out there recently, and they do not have a fence on the facility. So, and that's a costly venture for them. So, and this gentleman, John Lambert, that's in charge of Horseshoes of Hope, he does most of this without funding. Veterans Administration has got involved, and they help a little bit, and just community itself as a whole. So, any and all money and proceeds, that we can do for them it's all going for that cause.
I like it only because I'm kind of calling this segment "Steal Horses for Real Horses," and I just think it's a great idea of what they're doing, and obviously any time we can help, you know what I mean. When the motorcycle community can come together and help, everybody knows we got the biggest hearts of anybody.
Absolutely, that's true, and we've donated a little bit to them, over the year to help, with some of the funding and such, but. It's just it's vital importance that everybody is aware of what they are. They've got beautiful horses out there that the guys ride, and they have a nice indoor arena, so it's all out of the elements and everything, and it's a beautiful facility. So I'd love for everybody to go out there and see it if they get a chance.
And one last time, can you give us the name and the location?
It's Horseshoes of Hope, and it's on Landersdale and Slide Off Roads.
So Andy, what brings you out to this ride, the Ride for Hope, Horseshoes for Hope?
Well, we was out looking for a ride to do this weekend, and bumped into you guys the other day up at the Heavies, and you was telling me about this one, and it seems like a really good charity event to do, and so we wanted to get out and support this. It's a good cause for autism and stuff, so here we are.
Well, I noticed, I'm going to assume maybe you're a veteran, or you obviously know somebody that was a veteran by the looks of your motorcycle. Can you tell me a little bit about the story behind this bike?
This is a 05 Road King, and it belonged to my buddy Jason Wolf, and he was in the military. This is his Purple Heart on this side, and him and some other friends that were in the military, his buddy was actually a painter, and he had them paint this bike up back in 2009. And at one point he got to where he had to sell it. Well, it just happened to be that was the year that my son was going in the Army. So it was just kind of fitting that I wanted to keep it going and keep it riding and just support the troops and everybody and that's in the military. So I keep it clean and ride it for them. So,
dude, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful bike, and I think it is. I think it's a great tribute. And so you say your son's in there now, or is he done?
He is actually in school now down in Texas, and he's part of the National Guard. He joined National Guard to finish out his part of his contract for that. So he's doing auto body schooling now. So,
Keith, hadn't seen you all year. I didn't know what was going on. Is it okay if we film this? You're not wanted by the police, are we?
No, not at all. It's fine.
Not right now?
Not right now.
Okay, good. This afternoon might be a different story. So what brought you out to this ride?
I'm going to ride my bike anyway, and if I have to pay $20 to make a kid happy for a second, I'll do it.
Right.
So that's what brought me out to this ride.
Man, that's really cool. Now, I noticed you're riding something a little different here. Tell me a little bit about your bike.
It's a Honda Sabre 2010. Just got it last year. It's a great running bike. Real happy with it.
Yeah?
Yeah, real happy with it. Got a lot of customization yet to do to it.
Well, and I know you ride a variety of bikes. I've seen you on the Harleys, and so you're on the Metric and everything else. So what's your favorite?
The Metric, the Honda. Yeah, I really like the Honda. I've tried others, and I'm always back to the Honda.
Well, and that's the cool thing, though. You tried others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have to try others. You can't make a decision without trying the others. So, but I'm a happy camper.
Well, it's a beautiful bike, man. I tell you, I've never actually rode one of these bikes before, but it's an absolute beautiful motorcycle. And so, what do you think about today? They're going up to it's Hope for Horseshoes. So it's steel horses versus real horses. Kind of a cool theme, isn't it?
It's a great theme. In fact, I have a couple friends that donate their time there, so that's why I'm also on this ride. So yeah, I used to ride horses, and I'm sure these kids love it. So,
hey man, I noticed you rode up here and you're wearing the patch, the VFW. Could you explain to me a little bit about VFW riders, what you guys do?
Well, we try to raise money for different causes. This one here is for Horseshoes of Hope, for people disabled or vets that's having problems. They get to ride the horses and therapy. We do other rides. We do all kind of, like somebody dies, we'll do a ride for them or something, help out, you know. And that's what we mainly do. We're a non-profit, and we help out the VFW and the American Legion. We're all riders together.
All right, and that's what I was going to ask you, because I know we do a lot of stuff with VFW. We do a lot of stuff with American Legion. What is the difference between the two?
Well, the VFW is for veterans of foreign war. Okay. And the American Legion, as long as you was in service, you can join.
Gotcha.
That's the difference.
Gotcha. Well, and obviously you were in the service. I'm looking at the helmet that you're wearing here, and it's a pretty cool helmet you got. So now this ride is actually being put on by this post right here in Mooresville?
Yes, it's between the VFW and the American Legions. We all ride together. When one's got something to do, we all join in together because we're all vets. I mean,
right.
All service people, and we try to help out the community the best way we can.
Tammy, I saw you ride in here on this bike. This isn't a chick bike. What are you doing on this thing?
It's chicks have a different level of a bike now.
No, I hear people say that all the time because people see my wife's bike and they're like, well, that's not a chick's bike, or, you know, it's a nice machine. What are you riding here?
It's a Suzuki Intruder. It's an 800. It's actually kind of small compared to these 1450s with extra cam and everything else, but it works and I can hold it up, so.
No, it's a good looking bike. So how long you been riding?
About 3 years now. My brother taught me how to ride, so.
Yeah?
Yep.
What was it that happened? I mean, at some point in time, you're like, you know what? I want to ride a motorcycle. How does that come about?
Me and my brother were tight, so we always rode together and we had fun. And we both joined here. Well, he's passed on now, but yeah. So now I keep riding.
That is so cool. I mean, that's actually very cool when you think about that.
Rides, and every time I ride, it's his little Barrett rides on there and everything. So, yep.
That is really cool. So, what kind of riding do you like to do? I know you're doing a charity ride today.
A lot of charity rides, and a lot of us just get together and go down south usually. Gosport, Spencer, yeah, just take off.
What's the one thing, if you could explain to somebody or other women out there that have thought about maybe I would like to ride my own bike, I don't know, what would you say to them?
Oh, it beats a tanning bed. It's the best stress reliever ever. There's no call lights, no cell phones. It's just, it's the best.
There's just something about being on a bike where you don't have all the other distractions. And you know, I've heard people say the smells. You know, you get to smell. I mean, you go riding through a forest and you smell the pines or you smell whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you go down through hollers and stuff and you get the temperature change and a heartbeat. It's just, I love it. Breeze in your knees.
That is so cool. So any bucket list things you want to do? Any cross-country trips you want to take or anything like that?
Oh, my boat would be too sore. I'll trail it.
Well, hey, that's going to do it for us this week. Hope you enjoyed the show. You know, we're meeting a lot of new people this year, and I really enjoy that. If you're looking for a group to ride with, man, get online and find a group to ride with. There's a lot of good groups out there. And remember, it's not what you ride.
It's that you ride.
Still Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.